Hello there guys, this is Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space, and today is going to be a totally unedited video. It's going to be a tag video of the quarter year crisis book tag, and I don't think I've ever done this before, and in fact I don't normally do tags, but I saw this going around, and I thought, oh, that sounds fun. I can sort of see what the first quarter of the year looks like. So this is going to be an unedited video because I'm actually taking a break. Unofficially, I'm taking a break from videos this month. I'm not editing videos. Like, I'm usually trying to get it done on the weekends because I'm working all week. And then in the evenings, I usually have like social and church things and stuff like that going on. So yeah, this is going to be just a fill-in video kind of that I can do without editing. So hope that you enjoy. Let me know your answers down below if you are so inclined. I would love to hear some of what you guys are reading or thinking about from this first quarter of 2023. So how many books have you read so far? So, and I know this is a little late too for the first quarter, but I haven't finished anything in April really, other than a podcast, so I'm not gonna count that. But yeah, so it doesn't really matter. So so this is really about January, February, and March. So I read 25 books so far in January, February, and March, which I feel like is really good. I feel like my number of read books has gone up quite a bit since I started mood reading, and that's because if I am wanting to just read a manga in the evenings, I can do that, and because I'm also not like trying to pump out videos on any kind of schedule really at all. It's just whenever I feel like it, whenever I'm really excited about putting a video out, that's when I gather the motivation to actually put a video out, which means more time for reading and working on Korean and things like that, rather than just posting videos because I feel like I want to keep to a schedule. Instead, it's like, oh, I have this book that I loved that I want to review. So I think, yeah, so far I've had a really extremely happy reading year, and 25 books kind of shows that. I'm just having a good time. So I read 3 books, and that's not, by the way, counting DNFs, short stories, or podcasts, or poetry, but it is counting manga and plays. So in January, I read 3 books, 2 plays, and 2 manga. In February, I read 7 books. In March, I read 10 books and 1 manga. And in April, so far, none. So question 2 is, have you already found a book that you might you think might be your 2023 favorite, or one of them? And if not, what was your favorite book that you read that wasn't quite 5 stars? So I do have plenty of 5-star books to choose from that I've loved. I think I'm 1 chapter from finishing this. This will be my first book to finish in April, I think. Because like I said, I'm 1 chapter away, and I've taken really extensive notes on this one. And this one is so good. So this is The Case Against the Sexual Revolution, A New Guide to Sex in the 21st Century by Louise Perry. Louise Perry is an atheist. She's a feminist, and she is kind of pointing out all the data that shows how bad the sexual revolution has actually been for women. And I just think this is the kind of book that you could hand to somebody and it could totally like change their worldview. Like, it's just really powerful in that way. And I just think she's like this really soft-spoken, agreeable British person, very like cerebral but also sweet. And so I think her personality just makes all of her interviews and everything just slide right down. Like, she's really fun to listen to. She's been on shows talking with like OnlyFans porn stars and debating them, and she's been on conservative podcasts. She's been like anywhere that will interview her, that she'll go. So it's pretty fun. I feel like she's walking a really kind of fine line in this book, but it makes perfect sense, and I really admire her for coming out and saying the things that she's saying. So yeah, basically she talks a lot about how, especially really for everybody, the sexual revolution has been a problem, but for young women especially, it's especially dangerous for like young women and teenagers, who see things like, choking as a trend in sex. And the young women think that can be totally safe. And so they get into trouble by doing that. You actually, anytime you're being choked out, it's causing you brain damage. So there is no safe way to do it. And so she has facts like that in here. There was like a 2020 study that she was citing to make that point. So she just really kind of tackles a lot of current sexual trends and what's been happening since like the pill was invented. And it's just so good. It's so good. I highly recommend it. Yeah, favorite book of the year so far. And least favorite books of the year, or any 1-star books. So I don't really finish things that I don't like anymore. So I don't really have anything that I'm particularly salty about that I need to be like, the only things that I have finished was that I wasn't like thrilled about was like Evelina, but I finished that because it was going to be worth it to discuss it with the Feb Regency hosts and everybody who came along and chatted with us. And it was, even though it was a very 2.5 star-ish book for me, talking with them raised it higher. You know, it was just a great discussion. So, and then also the Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the second book in it's like a mystery series. It's like a young adult mystery series, and I cannot really express the depths of my indifference about this series to you, but I'm listening to it with Kevin, and we're kind of, actually, I think it sent us into a book slump, honestly, because we haven't listened to the last book in like months. So yeah, Hawthorne Legacy probably tied with Evelina. But I continued them both because it's like a buddy read type thing. So, which will sometimes get you to finish things if you wouldn't finish them on your own. So, most read genre so far. So I've read a lot of different genres. So I'll kind of list them all for you. And then there is one though that won overall the most that I've read, but not by much. You know, I've read quite a bit across various genres. So 1 podcast, 1 poem, 2 historical fictions. Oh, they're a little out of order, sorry. 1 nonfiction, 2 science fiction novels, 1 translated work, 2 memoirs, 2 fantasy books, 2 short stories, 2 plays, 3 middle grade novels, 3 biblical books, 3 classics, 3 manga, and 4 essays. So essay is the most read. And then I had a 4-way tie among things that I've read 3 of. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that distribution. I feel like in the past, I was really focused on reading classics on this channel. And then that kind of, I think, burned me out a little bit on reading classics because I still love them, but I didn't allow myself the freedom to like explore other genres like nonfiction, which is something that I've been wanting to do. And also science fiction, which is also something that I want to do more of, hopefully. When I'm planning on reading another science fiction novel soon because I really enjoyed Empire of the Ants. So, okay, a book that surprised you. That's gotta be Wise Blood by Flannery O'Connor. I was shocked how much I adored reading this the second time around, because the first time I read it, I really didn't like it. But the second time I loved it. So that really did convince me that sometimes it's a timing issue and sometimes it's an understanding issue. If I just don't understand a book the first time around and I'm baffled and I'm like, I really didn't like it, maybe I just didn't get it, and the second time I'll get it better. So that definitely happened with this one. Listening to it on audio was also a really big breakthrough because the humor came through a lot more so on the audiobook. So, books that haven't come out in 2020, a book that's come out in 2023 that you already want to read but haven't. Sorry, that question. I should have read it. I should have practiced reading that question first. So this book that has come out in 2023 that I want to read, that's already come out. So that would be Victorious in Defeat, The Life and Times of Chiang, Kai-shek. And it's by Alexander V. Pantsov and Stephen I. Levine. I don't know. So it's a biography of Chiang Kai-shek. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In fact, I'm positive I'm not. But yeah, I really want to learn more about politics in China. And that's actually one of the goals in one of the later questions that I still need to work on, is learning more about China. So one goal that you are succeeding at. Okay, I wrote down like 6 goals. Sorry. So I made friends with a Korean woman, and I'm going to her free Korean class every night, which is 1 night every week. What? Okay, yeah. 1 night every week. And I have stepped out of my comfort zone and chatted on some Korean language apps. with Koreans, so that's pretty cool. But I haven't made as much progress on that goal as I would like because I'm not very quick yet. My Korean is still very slow and basic. So yeah, I have done really well reading only books that are like 5-star material for me. And reading and listening to nonfiction. I know I haven't finished a lot of nonfiction yet, but I'm working on quite a bit and loving it. And it's just making my nonfiction thirsting soul very happy. So, and I have been wrapping up my Bible reading and working on memorizing a psalm with Tiffany from Beautiful Manisha, and making progress on getting to an intermediate Korean level, which is a goal I have by the end of the year. And I'm definitely making progress on all of those things. And I'm very happy with where I am with them. And then a goal that I made that I need to focus on. So not all of these are goals that I mentioned at the beginning of the year, but they're things that have cropped up, some of them that I want to work on. So it wasn't a goal to finish my novel this year. And it's still not a goal to finish it this year, but I really wanted to get back to work on my novel. And so that's another reason why I'm kind of de-emphasizing videos this month, is because I really wanted to take advantage of Camp NaNoWriMo to really write, and I've started doing that. So it's like very slow going, but that's okay as long as I'm enjoying it and making progress. That's really all I want. So I also need to focus more on history, reading like of China and Japan specifically, and also Catholicism. I did read half of a Catholic classic for Lent, and I really enjoy that, and I really loved that, but I do want to read more. I want to learn more about Catholicism. And I didn't make this goal either earlier in the year, but I did mean to. Like, it's something that I do want to do, and I will work on that, is I want to start getting better at discovering new channels. It's just hard for me because I only have so much time in a day to listen, and I already have so many good friends here on YouTube. I'm just like, my introverted self is like, do I have room for more? But just recently, I did find, actually she found me, Kellyanne Mitchell found me, and she started commenting on my videos, and so I checked out her channel, and I just instantly fell in love with her. So definitely check out her channel. She reads across a wide variety of genres. Right now we're reading a manga and a biography of St. Paul together, and she was telling me that one of her favorites right now that she's loving is the Greenbone Saga. I think she said she's on book 2, and she also did a review of a Coho book, the Verity Coho book. And so I'm just like, wow, you read a lot of variety. So, which I love. I love an omnivore. So definitely check out Kellyanne Mitchell's channel. That's the last question, which is, yeah, again, I need to make that a goal of actually finding new channels. I think the last one before that I had really found was like Yoon from Tokja Yoon, which I love Yoon, but I need to like do better and seek out new channels. But I do love this channel called Joelle. Is that her whole channel name? I think so. On Instagram, she's like Joelle LOL or something. Joelle LOL. Yeah. She's adorable. So she is a Korean American living in, I think she's Korean American. I'm guessing. Sorry, that's a guess. I don't know for sure. I think she's Korean American though. She eats a lot of Korean food and loves Korean music. And I've seen her like reading Korean translated works. So I think she's Korean, but I could be wrong. She's also like very familiar, like I said, with Korean food, but I think she's also familiar with like Chinese food as well. So not sure. Regardless, she lives in California, has lived in various areas across the state, and she's like a food vlogger. And I just find her vlogs like so sweet and relaxing, and I just love her as a person. She's a Christian, and she talks about her faith sometimes, and she goes to like K-pop shows, and she makes videos for BuzzFeed. Like, that's her job. So I highly recommend her channel. All of her food vlogging really inspires me. Like, she's really into salads, and I was like not really that much into salads, but watching her channel has made me like kind of start craving salads. So, along with Tiffany, who also loves salads. Thank you guys for influencing me in this positive way. Anyways, that is it, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this tag. Let me know again if you have any answers to these. I would love to hear them. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.